This is Sean Chalfin, and I am reporting this video to Homeland Security, the FBI, Michigan State Police, attorneys that I would hire. I am requesting that law enforcement look at this and open a case, reopen the Shark Tech Quadranet case that involved Chinese hackers going through the Shark Tech and Quadranet network and attacking American companies. And that is what is happening to me. I am being attacked, I allege, by the travel industry because I bought numerous powerful travel domains. And they are caught off guard by this because I want to start a travel affiliate company, and companies like Expedia, I allege Booking.com, I allege Kayak, Mamando, across the board are trying to prevent me from starting an affiliate company. Now, I am in business with a contract from Commission Junction or Convergence, CJ.com, and I am contracted with Expedia. And Expedia, I allege, has overtaken my website, Hotels.viajes, and they have hired, I allege, a hacker named Chris Ishmael. His real name could be, not for sure, Yuri Kruk, who lives in Turkey. And I have his IP address, which I will show you in this video. I am asking for the federal government to press charges against individuals at Expedia who I mention in this video. I request the FBI and Homeland Security to reopen that Shark Tech Quadranet investigation and look into Expedia and Booking.com. They are hacking me through those networks. And I have caught them. I have caught Expedia capturing all of my computer usage. All of it. And they've been doing it for a while, and they're using a company called Akamai, I allege. And I want charges placed, and I expect people to go to jail. This video is long. I have been going through this for almost 2 years. They hack me continuously. They've knocked out 65 websites of mine. They have hijacked sugar.baby, and they're in the process of doing that with skin.shopping and Hotels.viajes. I want the FBI and Homeland Security and the Michigan State Police to watch this video and see that corporate America is attacking a single individual because they didn't look into the future of the internet, didn't understand it, because their IP people were on vacation. I've caught these guys. I've caught Expedia in my computers, intercepting my data. I've caught you. And it's on this video, and it takes a while to get through it, but this is for people to understand it. I hope you watch it. Okay, I have discovered some incredible information. I've been showing all along how I found out how they were redirecting my Nordvpn, but I had not caught them in the act. I caught how they were doing it. I showed screenshots of how they were doing it. But today I ran a net stat on my trip to GoDaddy, and watch what I discover. It wants to go through skin.shopping. I didn't ask for that. So that's a website I own. So I wonder why it routed me through there. I've never seen that before. Skin.shopping HT. Oh, and then they're routing me through Expedia. Okay. That was this morning. Now, this is an incredible find because my netstat is going through Expedia. My computer traffic is going through Expedia. There it is. This is amazing. This is on the same par as this right here. Right here. It's on the same par. One last thing. I want to revisit this guy right here. Ross Weber, former kayak.com executive, owner of ClickTripZ, owner of Tiki.com. Remember this video. What you do. And now we're going to hit search. And it takes me right to ClickTrips. And it's asking, it's telling me it's going to search for hotels instead of flights. I looked for flights. And it's taking me to Tiki. It's diverting me away from my site and taking me to Tiki for hotels in Bangkok. And the thing is that there's no back button here. See how Ross Weber is forwarding my stolen traffic, I allege, to Booking.com? Look at that. And by the way, I caught Booking.com backlinking my website, Hotels.viajes, on their Pinterest site. Got that on video. Thanks, Booking.com. But now I discovered also this IP address right here. Now, this IP address, 85.97, we're going to fast forward through here. There it is up there in a second net stat. And boom, I do the who is IP. Turkey. It's in Turkey. Who do we know that's in Turkey? This guy. This guy's in Turkey. They're a hacker. Now, he says he lives in Australia, which he probably does, but he also is from Turkey. And he has his residential IP address that he left in Istanbul. The net stat. That's why I heard the fucking noises in the background. Watch this again. There's his IP address. This guy claims he's a fitness guru. Tell that to that button. But, and then we have Expedia right here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. They're intercepting my computer traffic. They know everything I'm doing. I lost sugar.baby, a $25 million domain because of this guy. They're paid gun, I allege. This, I've lost 65 websites. They've destroyed everything. And now I caught Expedia in my system, hacking my router, hacking my NordVPN. Oh, it's fascinating. Look at that. That's because they're routing me through that website. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay, I am going to show you how I believe that Expedia has the list of all my VPNs, and they are using the services of Akamai to intercept my data. And so this is a Nordvpn that I use, and you're going to see here some recordings that I have made when I discovered the VPN and their site. And uh, here is a video that I took the other day that showed I was using this NordVPN 184.75.212.44 with this Amanatech ISP, which is not my ISP, by the way. So there is the NordVPN embedded into Expedia's site that is intercepting my data, and these are the latitude longitudes. So I want to go in here real fast and look up Akamai in Canada. Now, 88 Queens Quay West, Toronto, Canada. I have been getting significantly hacked out of Toronto. Now, today my VPN is here. But so let's Google 88 Queens Quay West and ask what the longitude and latitude of this is. And I've already done it. What are the GPS coordinates of 88 Queens Quay West, Toronto? We're going to hit enter. And so there, the GPS coordinates of the address I just requested are right there. And this is Akamai's GPS location. It's very close, very, very close here. So nothing is perfect in the GPS world online. So there is my IP address embedded into Expedia. And here is the net stat. And this is how I know I caught him. There, I want to show you how this is a recording from this IP, the one that is embedded into Expedia's website, which is my IP, the NordVPN. And watch, this is a net stat to GoDaddy. They're intercepting my traffic to all the companies I do business with, including GoDaddy. They want to know what I'm doing at GoDaddy because of the travel domains I own. But this is a video I recorded that I couldn't save, and they are intercepting and watching what I'm doing. I'm going to show you. All right, these guys have taken the ability of me being able to save my QuickTime player. So I'm going to try to resave another recording of the recording I just took. And so here we go. Because I picked up that this net stat is being trafficked right through Expedia's SSL certificate. All right, we are. Interesting that it wants to go through skin.shopping. I didn't ask for that. So that's a website I own. So I wonder why it routed me through there. I've never seen that before. Skin.shopping HT. Oh, and then they're routing me through Expedia. Oh, it's fascinating. Look at that. That's because they're routing me through that website. This is really good right here. And I wonder where that is. Look at this. I did a net stat of my route to GoDaddy. Why did it send me skin.shopping? Why did it send me there again? And then on to Expedia, SSL. Okay, so here, I want to point out, this is a net stat to my GoDaddy. This right here, this IP address right there, that's Chris Ishmael in Turkey. He's their hacker. Now, that's Apple. This is my website. They're checking out what I'm doing on my other website. This is Expedia. They're intercepting my traffic. And then there is the IP, my Nordvpn. This ISI or ISAKMP, I believe that's Acme. This is my location, matched with Acme. Acme is assisting, I allege, Expedia in intercepting my traffic. They're getting everything I'm doing online, and so is Expedia. And this is a criminal event. It's a criminal. This is a crime. This is my fourth insertion regarding Akamai. Akamai has done tremendous damage to me. They have done significant damage to me. And so, and I am going to sue you, Akamai, but you're located right here down the street from Booking Group. And this was the IP address that I discovered. This was the IP bank of, this is the bank of IP addresses that you have. And so, that being said, this was in my computer, 23.34.75.87. And when I did a whois, it's Akamai. So, again, I found that IP address in this PHP discovered in my cache, Safari cache, I believe. And again, very damaging. So I have to hit that hard. And finally, to illustrate that they are rerouting my VPN, again, my VPN IP is 181.215.110.227. I have Spectrum, Charter Communications for, Spectrum. I don't have Host 1 Plus. I'm not in Brazil. I'm in the United States, here, connected to server 865. Again, I'm just for illustration purposes, this final point, 865 is 144 miles from here. It is Chicago. However, they're routing me through Brazil. And why would they route me through Brazil? Probably because Akamai is located in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And then Akamai was sending me right up here to Chicago. Now, guess who else has offices or a network or is a service provider in Brazil? Akamai and Host Plus. So now we have right here in Sao Paulo is Host 1 Plus. And you have Akamai down there. And my VPN is sending me down to Brazil through Host 1 Plus. We'll just do it one more time. since I'm logged in, your IP, host 1 plus, I don't have host 1 plus, but that's where they have programmed my computer to go. And so guess what? Digital Energy Tech. Here's the who is for Digital Energy Tech. 123 data protected, Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia, which is in Bellevue. Host 1 plus, who is 123 data protected in Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia, which is located in Bellevue. Duplication. Virtuoso, which I'm going to show you later on in this video. 123 data protected, Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia, which is located in Bellevue. Destinina, 123 data protected, Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia, which is in Bellevue. You need to be a little familiar with those new ones there, but Digital Energy Tech is who's hacking me. And that's who's sending me down to Sao Paulo, back to Chicago, and then over to Turkey, and then into Washington. So there you go. That is the story of Akamai. And before we move on to the next segment, I just want to clarify when I say Host 1 Plus is located in Kirkland, or Digital Energy Tech is located in Kirkland, they're registered there, along with Destinina and Virtuoso. But Host 1 Plus, Kirkland, Washington, registered. Digital Tech is registered in Kirkland, Washington, and I believe that they're somehow related to here. And so, by the way, this is Digital Energy's website. Nice little GTLD there. And they have an office in Chicago and Sao Paulo, Brazil. And Host 1 Plus has apparently been acquired by Digital Energy Technologies. And Host 1 Plus, there it is. Host 1 Plus, Sao Paulo, and Chicago. I think I connected my rerouted Nordvpn. Okay, I want to cover the new updated Nordvpn reroute which I believe these hackers are doing. And here we go. Notice that my IP address right now, if you go on to nord.com, we're just going to hit the refresh button here. And it says my IP address is 181.215.110.250. I'm going to copy this. And then we're going to go over to the Expedia site. And by the way, my Expedia site, they're DDoS block. And this thing is caught because they are intercepting my data, I allege. Now, notice that I did a search here for, we're going to search for my NordVPN right here, 181.215.10.25. Now, I am on a NordVPN in the US here, server number 876. However, what these guys are doing is rerouting my VPN so they can collect my data. Again, I'm in the U.S. However, and I've requested to be in the U.S., but they have programmed my VPN to where it matches this Expedia site right here. Now I'm on Expedia.com right here, and it's not resolving. However, right here is their site, and there is my IP address, 181. They are rerouting this to these latitude, longitude coordinates, which are 41 minus 87. So, and they were doing it earlier with 185.93.1.94. Here, this is 185. Now, this is a screenshot of what took place a week ago. But when I caught them, this is the same latitude, longitude of what I believe is Akamai. And I'll show you why I believe it's Akamai. We're going to go right over here, and we're going to Google what are the latitude and longitude or degrees of 44444 Michigan Avenue, Chicago. And that latitude of Chicago, Illinois, USA is 41.8 minus 87. It is the same bank of servers, and this is Akamai. Akamai is located at 44 North Michigan Avenue, and I will show you a screenshot of that in a second. But my point is this: I have the IP address again, 181.215.110.250. That IP address now is in Expedia's website. Right here. We're there, and it's not resolving. But it's right here in their site. 185.215.110.250. Again, this is my IP address. I'm using a Nordvpn, and they are rerouting me to intercept my data on the Expedia site. And there are the GPS coordinates in Chicago. So my point is, I believe and I allege that they're working with Akamai. And by the way, this was the first IP address I discovered in the Expedia site. We're going to zoom out of that a little bit. Zoom out. We'll stay right there. And it's 41.8 at minus 87.62. It's exactly the same GPS coordinates that they're sending me. They're rerouting my Safari. And what they're doing is, this is genius, because what I allege what they're doing is attacking my servers from mirrored computers that I allege Akamai is helping them do, because this GPS coordinate is Akamai, and they're using the SharkTech and QuadraNet networks, and this is a NordVPN, and it happens to use the QuadraNet network. We're going to come over here real fast, and let me just finish it. QuadraNet, based in LA. It just depends on who's hacking me. It could be SharkTech, who's based in Las Vegas. But they're using my computers to attack me. And it's just crazy. So I allege that they're in cahoots with Akamai, which is at this location, and they're rerouting me to whatever IP they want me to be captured. They're capturing my data. So 1 second, again, I am routed to Chicago. However, Nord is telling me I'm in Brazil right now, but I know I'm in Chicago. So they are redirecting me to an IP address that is part of Nord that I use to make it look like this attack is benign, to make it look like I'm doing it from my own computer. But it's them that are mirroring my computer with Akamai technology at this address, wherever it was. And today it's 181.215.10, and there it is. 1 second, one more time, just to repeat. Well, I got it on tape. There it is. Latitude 41. Oh, I've already shown it. Got it. Got it. I want to go back to hotel-hotel.com.au. This domain that I found 2 days ago that my site was redirecting to. Now, 2 days ago when I did the Who Is, this didn't pop up, but it did today. Hotel-hotel.com, same .au, is pointing at my Media Temple servers. This website is pointing at my server. And this website I found in the Expedia website. Now I want to replay some of the videos that I took 2 days ago that discover where this site is going to and how I found it in the Expedia website. So let's go over that real fast. Pull up Expedia here again before we get into it. I want to follow back on a couple of the videos that when I discovered hotel. And I did this because I was Googling this page in my site that loops within my site. It goes back to the home page. It doesn't go to this page. It doesn't. I know I built this page. It's not discoverable anymore unless it's just not. And here's what's going on. Hotels.viajes/hotels. And this should automatically load onto my page that doesn't exist, so to speak. So I'll tell you what does exist. When you do a search today, it only pulls 1.15 billion pages down. Because these guys, and now we have hotels.com up here. Now we have Expedia. Now we have, which these two are Expedia companies. So that's where it's going to now. But 2 days ago, it went to here. And so watch when I do this.
Yeah, less than that. But it does. It pulls 91 million. However, if you want to see what Hotels.viajes pulls and why it's so valuable, it pulls 4 billion pages. Hotels.viajes is a far more valuable name than any of the domains out there in the travel business. This one pulls almost 1 billion, but it's not 4 billion. And the reason why is because Viejas is trips in Spanish or Latin. And it covers several countries. This is a new domain. Pulls 700 million pages. This is a category. Flights. I bet this one is good. 899 million. Do you see where
So
2 billion
watch,
they have overtaken it with their Expedia software when I'm referring.
Watch what happens when I type in my page. Remember, going back to Hotels.viajes website here, since we're here, the Hotels.viajes website. Come on. This page doesn't exist. It should show right there. I know it's there because when you type it in, force the page to pull, it says, oops, this page can't be found. Well, it's there. It's just not linked. They unlinked it, and they did the same thing for flights. It loops back to the front page, just like this loops back to the front page. Now, I know that flights exist. It has a jet wing on it. I built the page, I know. So if you type in the word flights and force that page to show, there is the page I built. That's what Forward Flights does. Now, when you click on flights, it loops back to the front page. Vacation rentals is different. Vacation rentals actually goes to the page I built. And I can tell you why. Because on Facebook, they have Western Printing Tulsa linking to this page so they can get in from Facebook through a backlink, which I allege, Moz.com is helping them with that. And I'll show you later on how that works. But this page, you can see it right there. Now, again, flights loops to the front page. It doesn't even show flights. You have to force it in. Now, why am I showing you this? Because when you Google it, there's the page I built that's dead. They destroyed that page. They took the link off because they've got their malware embedded right here. I'm going to show you what I mean. So if we go to Google, and we're going to Google today hotels.viajes /flights. Remember, that page has been disabled in my website, but here it shows an Expedia site, an Expedia site, an Expedia site, an Expedia site, an Expedia site. I don't know who owns Skyscanner. It wouldn't surprise me if Expedia bought them. I don't know. I don't think so. But here is Kayak.com. And Kayak.com is the original player. This is Tom Parker. This is Ross Weber's former employer. This company is based in Vista, California. This, I forgot where this is based out of, but I think it's California. And so this is flights. Now, if we go to hotel, look, I believe and allege Expedia has taken over my site. And the traffic is being routed. These are all Expedia companies. I don't know about Skyscanner. Now let's do Hotels.viajes/hotels. That page, it pulls 7 billion today, by the way. That's how big a domain this is. This is a massive piece of property that I own, that Expedia has taken over, I allege. And today, when you Google Hotels.viajes hotels, Hotels.com pulls up. Expedia shows up. I don't know who owns this company or this one, but there's Booking. This company right here, Destinina, where'd it go? Right here is in Kirkland, Washington. Virtuoso, I don't see anymore, but it was in Kirkland, Washington. Now, in hotels, this page should pull up on the front page. It should be number one. I'm searching for this page. It's an exact search. Now, how do I know this? Because when I do vacation rentals, remember when I did vacation rentals, I mentioned that Western Printing Tulsa, owned by the Boca Group, has this page linked in Facebook, as I believe it's their back door into my site. And I can prove that. Now, when you Google this page, this is a page in my site. There it is right there. That's because it hasn't been disabled. It should be up here. But for some reason, the Expedia is here. I don't know who owns Airbnb, but they're out of California. So this is an Expedia company. This is an Expedia company. I don't know who owns this. But this is an Expedia company. This is mine. Expedia, and this is in California. Vista, California. I think. I don't remember, but it's in California. Remember, this was the only page that wasn't disabled in my site. So let's go back to what I discovered 3 days ago. We're going to leave this. Oh, shit. Okay, so we're going to play one more time. My domain, Hotels.viajes, and 91 million versus 4.2 billion pages. Hotel. And this site right here is getting the traffic for it. I think I have found where my site is redirecting. Today it's Hotels.com. And there are other Expedia sites. Virtuoso. On this page. Where's the other one? Booking is here. That's interesting that they are second place. Virtuoso is in Kirkland, Washington. Again, I'm going to make a point. I lived in Seattle. I have a very good idea of the towns there. Bonnie Lake, Linwood. I have an ex-girlfriend in Linwood, but I lived off Boylston and I-5 in a house that overlooked Lake Union. I saw the seaplanes land. I kayaked around the houseboats. It is a spectacular area. But if you get on the 520 off Boylston and you go east, you cross over Lake Washington, and there's Kirkland. And right here, this little domain is in Kirkland. And then to go back a little bit, this domain is in Kirkland, and just to the east of Kirkland, south a little bit, is Bellevue, Washington, and that's the world headquarters of Expedia. Now, this domain, I disclosed right up front, it's in Quebec. I'm getting hacked in Quebec. And so I want to just play one or two more, and we'll be done. Can't be found. This is where I can't find my domain. This web page /hotels can't be found because it's redirecting to
I allege Expedia. And it is, in fact, redirecting to Expedia. So, but when you search the domain in the Google box, these sites pull up. Australia, Booking.com,
Okay. And today, it pulled 7 billion with the hotels.
My website should pop right here. Instead, theirs is. You see this? Yesterday, it was hotel-hotel.
And today, that number was 7 billion. And what I want to do, again, is show that this domain right here, which was populating 3 days ago on the 9th of July, is pointed at my main name servers. And it's based in Quebec. One more time. One more time, please. I want to appreciate the little pieces of malware you guys stuck on my domains that make me have to do this. I don't see any cars. Now it's owned by Digital Maneuvers in Quebec, Canada. I'm getting hacked out of Quebec. They shut my blackscorpion.clothing site down. And the name servers are pointed at Media Temple. This is interesting. It just started happening. I don't know why that. All right. My point is that there are shenanigans going on here. And so, by the way, let's go with one last thing. Hotel-hotel. We're going to go to Expedia.com. We're going to inspect the element, which is how I've been catching these guys. And we're going to look up hotel-hotel. And there it is. There is their, that's how they redirect. So my site was redirecting to hotel-hotel, and it is in this script. There it is right there. And this script is 300 pages long. Right there. I don't know how these guys think they can get away with this. But the hotel-hotel.com.au, where my site was redirecting to, is embedded in the Expedia site. I'm flabbergasted that these guys are doing this right in the wide open. But one more time, I did want to see this real fast. The value of Hotels.viajes /hotels, which would have been a page in my site, is pulling 7 billion today. Billion pages, that's the power. Versus 29 million. 29 million pages generated versus 7 billion. This is why I'm being attacked. Okay, we're going to look at my site again and see what happened to these 3 links. And this is the damage these hackers have done in
real time. So what they have done, they have disabled this link and that link, and they keep this link up because they need to get into the back door. And I believe through Western Printing Tulsa on Facebook, it's how they're getting into this back door. So I click on hotels and it loops me back. I click on flights and it just loops me back to the front page here. I built this website. I know everything about it, and it's simple. However, this has its own hotels page. This has its own flights page. And when I click on this, it should go to hotels.viajes/flights. It doesn't. It just stays at the home page. Same as here. It stays, but if I go to vacation rentals, that vacation rental page exists. So I'm showing you how they did the damage and what they've done to steal from me. And they're stealing. And they've knocked out 64 websites. And the other thing is, watch this little orange circle right here. This orange circle is telling me I'm being redirected somewhere else. It's kind of a red flag. It is a blinking red light saying, dude, you're being stolen from. So now let's go to Google and Google my website, Hotels.viajes, and it pulls right up. My traffic is gone. It's being taken somewhere else. I know this pulls over 2 billion. Just this alone, when I bought it, I knew. Okay? But also, look what pulls up here. We have this company registered in Kirkland, and I don't know about that one, but let's do / I want to show you. First, we're going to do Expedia.com / hotels, and that takes you right to Expedia and their site. We could do flights. Takes you right to their flight page. Okay, we can do Booking.com. Takes you right to their flight page somewhere in here. Okay, we can do Booking.com / hotels. And there is their hotel page. It's just buried in here somewhere. And so, okay, now we see what Google does when you put in the page you're specifically trying to find. So here we are going to look for, this is the damage. There's my page I showed you back here that it just loops back to the front page. It just loops back to the front page. I know what that flights page looks like. 1 second here. Flights. It has a wing on it. I know because I built it. Right there it is. But let's click back on it, and it takes you back to the home page. So we did Hotels.viajes / hotels, and boom, it pulls 1 billion today. It did pull 4 the other day. 1 billion. And look at who pulls up. There's my site right here. And remember when I pulled Expedia hotels, and their sites pulled up on that first, because we were Googling a page. Not up here, but in the Google box. My site should show here. But I allege that my entire website has been injected with Expedia software. This is an Expedia company. That is Expedia. This is Booking.com. Now remember, I believe and allege that Kayak is also involved in this. And Booking and Kayak work for the same parent company, I allege. Now, also, you just have, I know that NH hotels, I've caught them before. So anyway, I think they're splitting up the traffic here. Now, if we do / flights, My website should pull up. Hands are cold. But not. Travelocity's Expedia. Expedia. I don't know who Skyscanner is. It wouldn't surprise me if it were part of Expedia. Expedia. There's Kayak. That's Tom Parker. This company is in Canada. Now, the other day, and I'll show a video of it, but Momondo was on there next to Kayak, and Momondo is Kayak. And Virtuoso and Destinina, I didn't see them here now. I wonder if those were taken off because they're right down the street in Kirkland. Just great. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you guys are caught and you're trying to cover your effing tracks. So, and then we're going to do vacation-rental, and we know that is a page in my site. And boom, it goes there. Right there it is. This company's in California. There's Expedia. There's me. But I should be the first page because I'm requesting that exact URL. But I'm being pushed out because my site is injected with Expedia DNA. I allege. I want to share with you the power of the GTLD using my domain, Hotels.viajes, the one that is being hijacked. And we're just going to type out a page, the main page I have on my site, that you cannot pull, by the way. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But this, when you Google it, pulls nearly 4.2 billion search results. Now, going back to my site, Hotels.viajes, we're just going to type that in for now. But you can see that I have a page here called Hotels. And when you click on it, it doesn't land. I mean, here, watch. /hotels, that redirected to the front page. But /hotels, which should work, the page can't be found. So this link /hotels can't be found because it's redirecting to, I allege, Expedia. And it is, in fact, redirecting to Expedia. So, but when you search the domain in the Google box, these sites pull up. Australia, Booking.com, Expedia, Viejas, and Virtuoso is registered in Kirkland, Washington. I forget, this might be Spain. This is Spain. But the people that are hacking me are from Spain and Australia and Seattle. And all of these players are in those areas. I mean, I caught them all. And I believe because Hotels.viajes /hotels pulls 4 billion pages. All of these people, I believe, these companies, I allege, are sharing in the theft. You have, I allege, here they are. Because when you type in, let's just say Expedia.com /hotels, it only pulls 91 million versus 4.2 billion search results. If you put in booking.com, it's a pulls 300 million, but it's not even it's you have to multiply that by 12, 13 times to get to my domain Hotels.viajes. You understand? This is a massive domain, Hotels.viajes/hotels, and it is being, I believe, redirected to these. I know this one for sure, and I know Expedia right here. I know that, and it's interesting that Booking.com, since Ross Weber formerly worked there, he's number 2. This company right here, again, is in Kirkland, Washington. So I think I've stumbled on something. And again, if you look at a company like Orbitz, I think it's spelled that. I don't know how it's spelled. Orbitz with a Z pulls 165 million. It doesn't even come close to 4.2 billion as my domain. My domain, Hotels.viajes, God damn it, is far more superior than any travel domain out there. And that is why they're hacking it. Hotels.com/hotels. Pulls up hotels. Okay, hotels and Expedia. But now let's do my site. Hotels.viajes. Pulls 3 billion pages, and the search results is hotels, which is Expedia. Expedia. And I would imagine this, I don't know who owns this, but it's interesting they're pulling up here. My website's nowhere to be found. Let's do /flights. Now this is today, July 20th. Expedia, 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 Expedia. I don't know who owns Skyscanner. Momondo. Momondo is owned by Kayak, by the way. JetBlue. Now, I want to pull up some video that I took when I first discovered this search last week. And look what pulls up here. And watch what pulls up the first time around. I'm showing you that these pages are not pulling here. It is, in fact, redirecting to Expedia. So, but when you search the domain in the Google box, these sites pull up. Australia, Booking.com, Expedia, Viejas, and
Virtuoso.
Virtuoso
Destinina.
is registered in Kirkland, Washington. I forget, this might be.
So I want to cover this again. This is my search for hotels, the page in my site.
I forget, this might be Spain.
This is the search for the page in my site. And hotel polls. This is before they knew I caught them. But it wasn't long after they changed it to, we're doing hotels. Now the search results are hotels.com and Expedia the search is different. My page should show up. Let's do vacation rentals. Hotels.viajes. And here we have, mine is number 3 right here because they didn't delete that page. It should be here, but it's number 3 because I asked for that specific page in the Google box. But when you do hotels, you know that Hotels.com or Expedia has injected their DNA in my site and they're stealing my traffic. Now, last week when I did this is what pulled hotel. So, and Destinina and Mamando, wherever you are. But check this out. I did a who is for hotel.hotel and it's registered by a guy by a company called Digital Maneuvers. Now, Digital Maneuvers is owned by Yuri Kruk in Quebec, Canada. Now, these guys who I've been dealing with go by multiple names, and I don't know who Yuri Kruk is. But if you click on that URL, Yuri Kruk, it's got a few little things going here. But there is a picture of him from Ukraine, Yuri Kruk, but I don't know if it's him, so I'm not going to put it on here. I believe that this is potentially Chris Ishmael. But the other things I wanted to show is that let me get out of this and pull back up hotels, flights, because this should be, none of my website shows up here. So Expedia has taken this, but this is an Expedia company. That's an Expedia company. This is Expedia. This is Expedia. I don't know who Skyscanner is, but Mamando, check this out. Mamando, where are you, Mamando? I have you here. Mamando CEO exits, company is acquired by Kayak. Right there. And then you have JetBlue. Now Mamando is Kayak. They've been caught stealing from me in the beginning if you wanted to associate Ross Weber with Kayak and Tom Parker with Kayak. So Mamando is part of this search. They're splitting this enormous populated search here, in my opinion, I allege. Mamando, Kayak, right here. So, but this company right here, Just Fly, is owned by these guys. Just Fly. That guy. Now, I don't know why he's here, but he's pretty popular in the search here. But going back to the front page of this search in the beginning, Destinina is registered in Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia. And Virtuoso, where'd you go, Virtuoso? Maybe not in that one, but you're here. 1 second. You don't want to leave you out. There you are. I just saw you. Virtuoso. Virtuoso in that original search for Hotels.viajes. Oh my goodness. Virtuoso. Don't move on me. Virtuoso, same address as a few others, like Destinina, right down the street from Expedia. There's where Just Fly's located. Not sure if that's Yuri Kruk, but I have a picture of him. I don't want to show it because I'm not sure, but it's from Ukraine. But Yuri Kruk, who has maneuvers and those other company names, is associated with Hotel-Hotel. So that was the first big wide eyes open event, because a guy by the name of Yuri Kruk owns this, but since I caught them, they changed it. So again, when you do a search for Hotels.viajes /hotels, this is what pulled when I first caught them, but they've changed the search results. Interesting. Now let's move into this IP address, 181.25.215.110.250. Now, this is my IP address that I'm using on the Nordvpn network. Now, I want to go over a couple things here because this is a Nordvpn IP address that I use. And it happens to be hosted at Host One Plus in Brazil. We've already covered, I'm not in Brazil right now. So I want you to see, this is on video that I took, probably on the, I don't know, the 15th of July, 2018. And I just want to go over this right here. Here is...
Again, I would like to go back and hit this refresh button right here. And it's Nordvpn, by the way, Nordvpn, and they're going to tell me your IP address is 181.215.110.250. That's your IP address. Now, it also says I'm in Brazil. However, down here again, I'm connected in the United States. But still, and I've reconnected now to a different server. But what they're doing is they have reprogrammed my Nordvpn. We're going to hit refresh again. Oh, there it is. Now, this is Quadranet. Interesting. Oh my gosh, that's interesting. Quadranet. Because it's interesting because again, this is part of the network of NordVPNs that I use.
But NordVPN is not affiliated with Quadranet. And allow me to search this article. Chinese hackers Quadranet. And this article in 2015 is about a 2-year-long investigation with Homeland Security and the FBI, where groups of hackers were hacking millions of American companies. Chinese hackers use Americans as cutouts to set up their domains. Now, this is what's happening to me, I allege. And we're going to roll down here, and show you that the Chinese hackers were using the Quadranet and SharkTech system to steal information, social security numbers, intellectual property from American companies. And the FBI and the Homeland Security really couldn't catch these guys and do the appropriate prosecution because these hackers were from China, but they were using an American network to attack American citizens, governments, and companies. Now, here it just rerouted me to this IP address 104.129.29.245. And I will show you where that IP address is coming from. 104.129.29, and they have a bank of servers 1 through 250, and there it is. It's Quadranet in Chicago. Now, I want to go back to, now I just want to show you that again, what just happened. I was rerouted from 181.215.110.250. Now I want to talk about this because this is my IP. Watch it go again.
But what they're doing is they have reprogrammed my Nordvpn. We're going to hit refresh again.
And boom, Quadranet.
Oh, there it is.
Now, the coordinates that I'm finding are -87 and latitude 41. And if you can see this, it's in my website, or actually this is Expedia right here, but I'm going to zoom in and you can see that they're associating the domain digital energy tech with that location. So I have this on video. Now, I allege that these hackers are getting rid of this information by burying it in encrypted degrees here. And right there you can see it, but they didn't get this out in time. Watch. Now I turned the volume off on this because I wanted it to show digital energy right there. And you could see this live, well, on video, on the Expedia site. Now, why is digital energy tech interesting? For one, now that they're using this GPS address in Chicago, I'm going to close out, and I did a lookup of that IP address, and digital energy technology is using the same IP address, bank, out of a local network of servers in London with Host 1 Plus. Now, Host 1 Plus is interesting because, by the way, here is that IP address 181 from a remote. They remotely access my logs. And then here is the Quadranet remotely accessing my logs or my computer, I mean. This is a remote access into my computer, my server, Hotels.viajes. These are remote accesses. And the ones that are interesting are the 181.215.10, these, and the Quadranet. And you can throw this in there too. This, I believe, is Australia, but the 204.188 is also a remote hack. So let's go back over here. When I called Bob Zelick and I said, why are you injecting travel asset? Why is Travel Assets, your subsidiary, injecting Expedia DNA in my site? I called him on, the 17th. You've probably seen this before. But Digital Energy Technology has been very active, along with Swiftway, prior to me calling him and after I called him. Here, on the 19th of May, on the 22nd of May, there is that IP address. And remember, we pointed out Data Camp. There is Digital Energy Technology. Now, Digital Energy Technology, I just want you to know that Travel Assets is affiliated with Expedia. Get that out of the way. Put that on the record. But here is a whois lookup of the 810.215.110, and this is a bank of IPs located at Digital Energy Assets, the company that has been in my site. And if you have abuse, you're supposed to email this to host 1+. Now, let's go through. That's Miami. We're going to talk about this IP address later. Digital Energy Technologies. There they are accessing my site from Chicago. Now, this company is based in London. We're going to do a whois of host Digital Energy Tech. Now, they happen to have their IP registered in Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia in Bellevue. Now, since we're here, host 1+ is registered in Kirkland, Washington. And by the way, I'm going to point this out later, but oh, wrong window. So, one second, we're going to find that while we're here. By the way, remember that when it redirected to Quadranet, right there is the IP address, Quadranet in Chicago. Now that 181.215.139.107 at these coordinates in Chicago. See if I can zoom in on that. This is in the Expedia site. Now, they have taken it down. They have encrypted it now so you can't find how it says 181.15.139. It's been relatively hidden, but I'm going to show you how I found it. Now, what it does is it looks like this. When you Google 181, they hide it in here, which looks very similar to something in my website. I will show you. This is quite fascinating, but let me pull this right over here. Here it is again, where now it's hidden, but 181.245. Oh, this is 185. We're going to go back to 185 in another segment, but one second here. This is Digital Energy Technologies. Now, this is the company that's in my site. Now, Digital Energy Technologies, let's go to their menu here. and find out their brands. One of their brands is Host One Plus. Now, Host One Plus, again, if we recall, was handling the server of my IP. Now, Host One Plus is in Kirkland, Washington. Digital Energy is registered in Kirkland, Washington. Now, that's not where the companies are based. Digital or Host One Plus is on 207 Regent Street in London. Digital Energy Technologies. By the way, since we're here, virtuoso.com is in Kirkland, Washington registered. Their domain is. Same place that Host One Plus and Digital Energy Tech. By the way, Destinina.com, I'll show you what these are later, is registered in Kirkland. But Host One and Digital Energy are together, which I find fascinating because they're using my IP address. And my IP address, a Nordvpn IP, is registered or entered into the Expedia site just like 185.245.86, which now has a latitude in Miami. One second. And it's important to know this because they're rerouting me down here. And I believe this is a quadranet coordinate. Now, a couple more things I wanted to pull up here. Here is the 185 quadranet. And, you know, now they kind of hide it. I'll show you what I mean by that. They use that alphabet. And there is the quadranet address in Miami. Host 1 is all part of Digital Energy Technology. We've covered this. Now Akamai is also in Chicago, and I believe that Akamai is intercepting my data, I allege. So we're finishing up this portion. Host 1, Kirkland. Finishing up here. Now, this is script that I captured in the Expedia site because that's my IP address on a Nordvpn. And here you can see that they are redirecting it, which is fascinating, by the way, how they've taken over a Nordvpn. Now, when I used to Google 181.215, it would pull up in the Expedia site. Now it looks like this. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to pull Expedia. Let me find these. These were important. Important later. So Expedia.com, we're going to look for this 181. .181 and And now it looks like this because what they're doing is covering up this IP. Now, let's open up my website, Hotels.viajes, and let's even see if 181 is there now, because they know I figured it out. They may have gotten rid of it. Let's just see. 181. Nope, there it is. So now we have my IP address, which is mirrored, I'm saying, at Expedia's site and my site. And this is a travel assets injection. Let's look up 185 point. Now there is how they're looking. Now you can't find the addresses anymore because they know I'm onto them. We can come over here and look at 185, and that's what it looks like. It's a travel assets injection. And I believe these travel asset injections are happening via way of digital energy technology in London, because these attacks are coming out of London and Chicago. So let's do a -80 because that is a GPS coordinate of that new IP 185 point, and there it is. You see, you used to not be able to do this. You wouldn't get this results. You could get the whole IP, which I have shown you on video. But these are Nordvpns that they are rerouting through the Expedia. I don't know exactly how they're doing it, but Quadranet and Akamai are involved, I allege. See any difference? It's quite fascinating. You used to be able to look for digital energy technology. There it is, using the Akamai. This is where I believe they were installing from London the travel asset scripts, which I have lots of injections from this IP address, which is 181 point. That's what it is now. That's what it looks like now. Or we can go to -87, and there it is. I could do the same thing in mine. I probably already just did that. -87. There it is. So look at those numbers. They're exactly the same. This is a hack. They're duplicating and domain shadowing my site. And that's what they were doing in the Shark Tech investigation and the Quadranet investigation. And I showed you with the Homeland Securities. There is not much difference going on here. Look at that. That's not where digital energy technology is located. But they're accessing my IP from this location. I allege that they're doing that. And it's pretty freaking obvious, I allege, by the way. So this is a significant cerebral hack, I allege. So that's digital energy technology, and there they are with that latitude. And I believe this is Akamai, but they're in conjunction. My belief is that they possibly are in conjunction with Quadranet. As you saw it redirect to Quadranet. Okay, I want to go over my other websites that these guys are also destroying and stealing from. One would be skin.shopping, and they're doing exactly the same thing to skin.shopping as they're doing to hotels, but in a different language. And they're also using an XML RPC.php redirect. However, I want to show you that on the 20th, I created this netstat query, and it on the way to GoDaddy, and it went through skin.shopping, which it should not have done that, and which is my server. And then we know that it's going through Hotels.viajes, but there's Chris Ishmael, and here's Expedia. And right before Expedia and after Chris Ishmael, they're getting the skin.shopping. And then it goes through Expedia and then into Akamai here. And that's my IP address, but this is Akamai intercepting it. So everybody's getting my package that I have caught stealing here, allegedly. And so I bring that up to show you that, put this over here, I might need it, because skin.shopping, which I had a lot of fun making this website. And these are the pages in my site. Right here. Now, each one of these pages has been modified to redirect to another affiliate company, and they're stealing from me. I'm not getting any of this traffic. And they're injecting their scripts in this site, just like what they did to Hotels.viajes, because they have control over my server. So here's a page. We'll cut this, but let's just do newskin.com/skin. That's going to be a page in Newskin's site. And look, it polls that. Let's do, I don't know if this is Mary Kay's site. I'm sure it is. But let's just do serums. How do you spell serums? Is that how you spell serums? Serums. And so there is a page in Mary Kay's site for serum. You see, it's pulling all the Mary Kay, and mine should do the same thing. Skin.shopping/skin should go to my site, but it's nowhere to be found because the page has been hijacked, just like it has been in Hotels.viajes/hotels or flights. Here's another one, serum. I have a page with serum in it. Let me see if this one, probably didn't hijack my contact page, but let's just see. Oh, they did. They did. I've hijacked every page, and so I show you that because they've done significant damage. Also, my clothing site, blackscorpion.clothing, has been completely destroyed, taken off the web. You can't even go to it. It's down. It's been down for a month, and I can't get it back up. They're attacking every one of my businesses. Now, so here, I want to show you this. This is a letter from Rodan and Fields. This site, skin.shopping here, my site, it's been up for almost a year. We're contacting you regarding your personal website, skin.shopping/USA, as it is in non-compliant in accordance with our policies. These guys are sticking a XML RPC redirect and redirecting my domains. And let's just see if I can go deep in that. Let's copy the HTML and see what happens. Let's see if I can go deep. What if it, nothing. I've embedded it. It's a script. So they are redirecting my domain, and then down here, this RS feed, this is a significant hack. They are linking products via Pinterest and via RS feeds to several journals around the world. I'm talking hundreds, if not thousands. They're linking it up with this command right here. Let's check in here. Let's see what's inside of that. I'm clicking on it and going deep. Just checking while we're here. Yeah, they encrypted it. So I need more time with this, but I don't have a Twitter page. I don't have Pinterest, and these guys are posting my site everywhere. They're abusing the domain. I'm going to lose that one too. If just like sugar.baby. And it's outrageous what they're doing. So again, I wanted to show that this is almost the same type of hack, and it is going through Expedia on that netstat. And this is my Moz.com in Hotels.viajes, but in this data capture toolkit, when it was built here, let's try to find that real fast, see if I can find it here. There it is. So again, we have, I just want to make sure that it's really easy to see that my site has been duplicated. There, it was built June 27th at 5:50 p.m. This toolkit right here. And this was built June 27th, 5:55, 5 minutes later. It's the same, installed by Travel Assets. And Travel Assets, again, is owned by, this is Travel Assets, who is, it's owned by Expedia in Bellevue, Washington. So I can't believe these guys are, they think they're going to get away with this. So the last thing I probably already shared, but Rodan and Field's compliance department has ordered me to take down my site because of the abuse. And you saw that my Black Scorpion site's not loading. This is a direct targeted attack. And I allege you're seeing this site attacked. I know my clothing site's attacked. I may be in here, but it's a different set of server, and they have injected that with other malware. And then this is the Turk, Chris Ishmael or Yuri Kruk, whoever he is. And there's Expedia before it gets to the Akamai servers, which I believe Akamai has been helping them along the entire way, I allege. Now, I first got in touch with these guys in the very beginning through Chris Ishmael, Ross Weber, and Braden David Hall. Now, Braden Hall, or Braden David Hall, he goes by a few names, by the way. So this was his company, Traveler. Now, he was supposed to build me a website and never worked one freaking day on it. And so I sent him a lot of money, and he didn't do one thing but other than inject his Google wallets in my website in the parts that were, foreign. I had 16 different languages, including Arabic and German, and I spent 5 weeks building this site while he was injecting his account numbers in the back end. So he was stealing, I allege, but I'm going to show you how. And this is his site. And I believe this is the front that gets everybody into this organized network of travel, the traffic that searches for travel. I do believe they're stealing it in all the levels, from Tiki.com, Click Trips. This is my belief, I allege, based on the information in my own personal experience. But this guy right here is a doozy. His name is Braden David Hall. Now, I found Braden David Hall's, which I believe is, it's hotels. Is his Google Wallet. And here, this is my Geo.viajes website. It's 14,000 pages. And this is how I start catching these guys. I printed out my website. And I don't have a Google Wallet. So this is, if we just cruise through here, and there were a few thousand pages with his Google Wallet in here. And it was just remarkable that these guys are so brazen and open about how they're stealing. And so very impressed that they just didn't care. And Braden was stealing from his clients. So I don't know how he has the reputation. I don't know what kind of reputation he has, but this right here is a big deal when you get your own wallet just sticking right out there in the open. Now, Chris Ishmael might have had something in there, and so as Joe Bear. But this is what I really wanted to show you, as well as Braden's wallet, is that he put in his theme, and his theme was already injected with his Instagram. There's right there his, I believe that's his Twitter, Braden's Twitter or Instagram. It's obviously Instagram, but that shouldn't be in there. There's his LinkedIn and Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube. Braden Hall and Traveler.com, they're con artists. And then they injected their software through this TravSell Pro link, and there were multiple links of that in here. But this was my first experience of building a site, and it was 79 pages, and what could be seen online. However, the entire thing consisted of 14,000 pages. And other things that I wanted to show in here are even Chris Ishmael was stealing. He was uploading my site through his Updraft accounts. He had one at Cloud Files, Rackspace. He had an Updraft Google Drive account.
Unbelievable. Chris Ishmael. There's his name right there. Just effing crooks. Effing crooks. And obviously bad guys. So again, I'm hopefully the Canadian Mounted Police serves Braden Hall a visit after this. Now, Braden, by the way, he's quite the character. He's got himself some websites going here. I don't know if this is him or not, but there is a Larry J. Brown, and I know that Braden David Hall goes by a few names. And I'm not sure if that's him or not, but this site I googled, and it had something to do with travel and had his name on it. So there's apparently he goes by Bray Woo Woo. Quite the guy. Quite the guy. And someday he's gonna get his. There he is. Take a screenshot of that, by the way, just because it might come in handy. Oh, I wonder if that caught. Maybe I moved it too fast. I wonder why it went so slow. And then we have a Google search. He's got a couple Twitter accounts right here. He's from British Columbia, Vancouver area. I called the police up there. They knew who he was. Let's see what that pulls. Yeah. Braden Hall. Dude, you ripped me off, just so you know. You ripped me off, but you were on the bottom of the totem pole of me getting ripped off. So it's gonna be quite the spider web, dude. And I'm gonna sue you. So let's go over and find out what Braden and Chris Ishmael put in my site. They put in these scripts were all malicious, and there's 290 pages of this stuff, and it's awful. This malicious add-on that attacks Facebook accounts. This malicious add-on that poses as a Java extension. They've got script in here that poses as an update for Microsoft Word, or it's quite fascinating. This is an add-on as part of a malicious Firefox installer. It's awful. This malicious add-on that hijacks Facebook accounts. And this was installed in my computer. It's probably still there. I just don't see it. I've wiped it multiple times, but they installed this in my computer. This malicious Firefox extension that uses a deceptive name and hijacks users' Facebook accounts. It's awful. It's awful. And last, I want to show you the backlinking that these guys are doing. They're backlinking my websites, my domains, and I clicked on this top one, and when I clicked on Geo.viajes was a website of mine, a big one, And there it is, right there in the smack middle of the state of New York's website. Now, some of these, people's malware got in and taken them out, but here's a backlink in Russia, the MB Club, whatever. I have no idea what's going to pop up. And so somewhere my domain is in here, hidden. Could be right there. I don't know where it is. But those backlinks are created to drive traffic to Geo.viajes, and then if somebody clicks on it, it's pulling traffic off this page, and it redirects to my site and hits the XML RPC.php redirect, and then goes right to their site. And they're stealing. And they're doing it now. And I'll show you how they're doing it now. I ran this backlink checker for small SEO tools for Hotels.viajes. And here are those, by the way, there's 6,000 pages here of backlinks. 6,000. And they equate to 206,000 backlinks. I have no doubt in my mind they did that to Hotels.viajes or more. And there was one link in here. I was moving around. I want to check it real fast. Right there. Let's see what this does. Now this is a backlink on Istanbul hotels. They have 7,000 followers. And look at what's backlinked on Pinterest, Booking.com's Pinterest page. That's Booking.com. Booking.com has backlinked, I allege, my domain and website. That's why when you pull, watch this. Oh, I'm getting pissed off right now. God damn it. Watch this. We're just going to go to hotels. This is stealing. .viajes. Moving slow. Redirected there. Did you see that? So we went for hotels.viajes/hotels, and my website should pop up here, but Booking.com's pops up instead. Expedia's site pops up. Hotels. So here is a Booking.com. Here is the Booking.com Istanbul hotels website on Pinterest. And again, we'll just click on it. And Booking.com obviously is stealing, I allege, my domain for Istanbul hotels. And these are all the backlinks on it too. But Booking.com, since you pulled up there, that's just great. So here's Booking.com. That's Istanbul's hotels again. Let's find another one that's a big one that was on that front page. They were there. And so, who are you guys? I'm going to find out. Desk. Hagar. So I just wanted to find one more, booking.com. Well, they're the people that are using my backlinks, and I expect there's probably 200,000 of them because I know what these guys are doing. So they're backlinking my domains, and this is abuse. I didn't put them there. So they're either injecting them or putting them in their own sites. But backlinking is, in my opinion, domain abuse, and I have not had any part of this right here. I'm shocked, and I know that my other sites are on here too, skin.shopping and blackscorpion.clothing. They're all backlinked. So somewhere in there, my Hotels.viajes is in their website, and it's, wherever their website is. I mean, I don't know how many pages there are, but I bet there's a lot. All right, I've had enough. All right, I want to show you that these two pages in my website have been disabled, and they've been injected with, I allege, Expedia script. Now this page right here works, goes right to my vacation rental page, but flights loops back to the home page. This should have a wing right here because I built this site, and Hotels.viajes should go to a hotels page, but it doesn't. It loops back to the front page. Here I'm going to type in flights and force it to go to that page because I know it's there, but it's been disabled. See, it's there. And it's got a Pinterest. Look at that. Pinterest. That's the first time I've seen that. I don't even have a, well, I do now as of yesterday, but I wonder where that goes. It'll be interesting later, but that's not my point. So I want to show that these pages, hotels and hotels.flights, have been disabled. We're going to go over here and just show you how Google works. If I Google, not up here in the URL, but in the search box, I'm going to Google Microsoft, and it pulls the Microsoft pages. I'm going to Google, let's say, expedia.com/flights. It will pull Expedia. I'm going to Google kayak flights. It Googles kayak, or the search results are kayak. Let's do booking.com. Booking is the first website here. Look at Expedia moving in on their stuff here. Kayak, Orbitz. This is kind of spread out here, but Booking is the first deal. First result. Now we are going to search for hotels. Let's do hotels.com/hotels. Pulls up hotels. Okay, hotels and Expedia. But now let's do my site. Hotels.viajes. Pulls 3 billion pages, and the search results is hotels, which is Expedia. Expedia. And I would imagine this, I don't know who owns this, but it's interesting they're pulling up here. My website's nowhere to be found. Let's do /flights. Now this is today, July 20th. Expedia, 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 Expedia.
I don't know who owns Skyscanner. Momondo. Momondo is owned by Kayak, by the way. JetBlue. Now, I want to pull up some video that I took when I first discovered this search last week. And look what pulls up here. And watch what pulls up the first time around. I'm showing you that these pages are not pulling here.
It is, in fact, redirecting to Expedia. So, but when you search the domain in the Google box, these sites pull up. Australia, Booking.com, Expedia.viajes, and
Virtuoso.
Virtuoso
Destinina.
is registered in Kirkland, Washington. I forget, this might be.
So I want to cover this again. This is my search for hotels, the page in my site. Now,
I forget, this might be Spain.
This is the search for the page in my site. And hotel polls. This is before they knew I caught them. But it wasn't long after they changed it to, we're doing hotels. Now the search results are Hotels.com and Expedia. The search is different. My page should show up. Let's do vacation rentals. Hotels.viajes. And here we have, mine is number 3 right here because they didn't delete that page. It should be here, but it's number 3 because I asked for that specific page in the Google box. But when you do hotels, you know that Hotels.com or Expedia has injected their DNA in my site and they're stealing my traffic. Now, last week when I did this is what pulled hotel. So, and Destinina and Momondo, wherever you are. But check this out. I did a who is for hotel.hotel and it's registered by a guy by a company called Digital Maneuvers. Now, Digital Maneuvers is owned by Yuri Kruk in Quebec, Canada. Now, these guys who I've been dealing with go by multiple names, and I don't know who Yuri Kruk is. But if you click on that URL, Yuri Kruk, it's got a few little things going here. But there is a picture of him from the Ukraine, Yuri Kruk, but I don't know if it's him, so I'm not going to put it on here. I believe that this is potentially Chris Ishmael. But the other things I wanted to show is that let me get out of this and pull back up hotels, flights, because this should be, none of my website shows up here. So Expedia has taken this, but this is an Expedia company. That's an Expedia company. This is Expedia. This is Expedia. I don't know who Skyscanner is, but Momondo, check this out. Momondo, where are you, Momondo? I have you here. Momondo CEO exits, company is acquired by Kayak. Right there. And then you have JetBlue. Now Momondo is Kayak. They've been caught stealing from me in the beginning if you wanted to associate Ross Weber with Kayak and Tom Parker with Kayak. So Momondo is part of this search. They're splitting this enormous populated search here, in my opinion, I allege. Momondo, Kayak, right here. So, but this company right here, Just Fly, is owned by these guys. Just Fly. That guy. Now, I don't know why he's here, but he's pretty popular in the search here. But going back to the front page of this search in the beginning, Destinina is registered in Kirkland, Washington, right down the street from Expedia. And Virtuoso, where'd you go, Virtuoso? Maybe not in that one, but you're here. 1 second. You don't want to leave you out. There you are. I just saw you. Virtuoso. Virtuoso in that original search for Hotels.viajes. Oh my goodness. Virtuoso. Don't move on me. Virtuoso. Same address as a few others, like Destinina, right down the street from Expedia. There's where Just Fly's located. Not sure if that's Yuri Kruk, but I have a picture of him. I don't want to show it because I'm not sure, but it's from Ukraine. But Yuri Kruk, who has maneuvers and those other company names, is associated with Hotel-Hotel. So that was the first big, wide, eyes open event because a guy by the name of Yuri Kruk owns this. But since I caught them, they changed it. So again, when you do a search for Hotels.viajes/hotels, this is what pulled when I first caught them, but they've changed the search results. Interesting. Okay, I want to add some credits to my report here. These are important IP addresses that I have shown throughout my videos here. This is Host One Plus. Host One Plus is registered in Kirkland, Washington. My VPN was being routed through Host One Plus. This is a Kirkland, Washington registered company. I believe that this is part of Expedia. I'm not for sure, but I believe it is. Just alleging. This 85.97.201.35 is from Turkey, and I believe this is where Chris Ishmael lives, I allege. He is their hacker. This guy has done immeasurable damage. Immeasurable. He is a thief. He's a crook, and he is the travel industry's hacker. I know who this guy is. I have spoken to him personally. This guy is a bad, bad guy. This is where my hotel was showing up. I'll show you that later. Virtuoso is a website registered in Kirkland, Washington. My traffic was being driven to virtuoso.com. I believe that this company is some way, in a way, I don't know for sure, but connected to Expedia. Yuri Kruk. I'm just going to cover it. Yuri Kruk owns Digital Maneuvers Inc. Digital Maneuvers Inc. is registered. Hotel-hotel.com is registered to Digital Maneuvers Inc. I don't know who Yuri Kruk is. He's got an interesting website. This is coming up a lot, and these others I don't see very often online. However, I would think that the domain, I'll never find it in his bunch here, hotel-hotel, I would think hotel-hotel, which I'll show you in a little bit, would be owned by Yuri Kruk since it's registered and he's a one-man show. I got a picture of him, but I'm not sure it's him. Hotel-hotel. Digital Maneuvers Inc. Registered in Quebec, Canada, just like Yuri was registered in Quebec, Canada. This, I believe, this was the guy stealing from Expedia and his client, I allege. This is who I caught Hotels.viajes /hotels forwarding to, and then within the hours, it changed to hotel.com. Because I believe this is their hacker who owns this, which could be Yuri Kruk, which could be Chris Ishmael, because he is Turkish, and I know Yuri is kind of an interesting name, more of a Ukrainian name. But DataCamp 185.93.1.94, coming out of Shark Tech in Chicago. DataCamp, I believe, is one of those places where they are injecting. Here again is Chris Ishmael, or we don't know for sure, Yuri Kruk. His Turkish IP address intercepting my GoDaddy traffic from a NetStat, and then right after that, Expedia is intercepting my data. Those are important IPs. Here is Akamai. Akamai is definitely mirroring my computers. This IP address 23.34.75.187 has been mentioned many times in these videos. Belongs to Akamai. 204.188.245 mentioned many times in my videos, at the same GPS location as my Nordvpn, and also as well as in the Expedia site. Yeah, and they were intercepting my traffic. There it is in my site logs. Yeah, I gotta check that. It's a Facebook. And then we have Destinina. Destinina is located in Kirkland, Washington. My traffic was going to Destinina when I Google my website. Digital Energy Technology. This is the company I believe that we have seen many times in the Expedia site, as well as in my logs of Hotels.viajes, registered in Kirkland, Washington. Here is Quadranet 104.129.29.243 Quadranet. Quadranet This location is in Chicago. Many times have they injected things into my site. Many times. Here is, of course, Expedia. Now, Expedia should be in Bellevue. Yes, of course, they're in Bellevue, but right down the street from Kirkland, Washington. And then here are the IP addresses that have been hacking me. One being Chicago, the 129.31.245. I just showed you this one. There is Dallas, Texas, all over me. Atlanta. Oh, that's New Jersey. Only on a few times have I seen New Jersey. But I have seen this one in Miami. Los Angeles, I've seen that. And where did Atlanta go? Anyway, Dallas, got that one. I believe Atlanta's in there somewhere. Maybe I didn't get it. But I can get it. I could have LA maybe twice. And then, of course, Quadranet. I'm sorry, Akamai. Akamai logging in, intercepting my traffic. I can show you a picture of that when we find it. But these are important IP addresses. Look at that. That's my iPad. That's my iPad. What the hell is Microsoft intercepting that for? However, one more example of these travel assets injections. They were done within minutes of each other. This is June 27th at 5:55. June 27th at 5:50. Data capture toolkits, and they're from Adobe. And they have their, account number in them, but there's their organization ID for in my site and in their site. Then that's line 3257, and on 3257 in Expedia's site, there's their ID right there, and the similarities are there, and that is done from a travel assets injection. This was not, they cannot argue that this was put in here by their affiliate marketing scripts, because this was done way after my website was finished. So it is quite impressive how they have injected these travel asset toolkits into my site. And I want to know more about this link right here, because this link is their opt-out link. And I believe it's third party, and it's the same place where Tiki.com and ClickTripsZ is registered. And it's the only one like it. So I would like to know, because they're already all tied in together. But that right there is in this site too, right here. And I believe it's going to tie them all together. Yeah, that's why you don't click on anything, because whatever could, that just looks like a small little collection of words, but that is what it is right there, and who knows what that is. So just wanted to again stress the similarities of domain shadowing. Let's go to page 2540. Let's see what it looks like over here on 2540. 2540, 2540, Nike, whatever that is. One second. Yeah. It's 10 pages. It's travel assets, data capture toolkit. And there they call it B travel assets. And I'm going to save those. And then over here in Nike, same line. Probably A travel assets. A travel assets data capture. Definitely domain shadowing and capturing whatever I'm doing on my site. So I've had enough. And one last thing. All I wanted to do 3 years ago when I saw the internet categorizing, all I wanted to do was open up a travel affiliate business, buy 1,500 travel domains, you know, like Paris.viajes, Europe, Africa, you know, and point all my business to Expedia. And when I got into the travel business, it took me about 5 months to convince Expedia to join me. And we were partners through CJ, through Commission Junction. And then Expedia is doing this. You're doing this. You're fucking doing this. When that was my goal, is to create an affiliate business. And you're doing that. So this is a 2-hour video. You pick your spots if you want to watch it. I want this for Homeland Security and the FBI. I'm under attack, and it's bad. It's really bad. And the same thing that's happening to me, what I have read, what's going on with the hack in the DNC, is on parallel. Is on parallel. Some of these things that these hackers are doing. And I want people arrested and prosecuted.